AITA for refusing to apologize to my sister for ruining her wedding, even though everyone says I did. I, 29F, have always been close to my sister, Emily, 31F, but lately, things have gotten extremely tense between us. Our relationship was pretty normal until her wedding last month, which, according to her and many of our family members, I ruined. I honestly don't see it that way, and I'm still not sure if I'm the asshole or if everyone else is overreacting. Here's some background. Emily has always been very controlling and particular, especially when it comes to big events. Growing up, she was the type to micromanage family holidays and get upset if things didn't go her way. I've learned to tread carefully around her preferences because she has a flair for dramatic reactions. But I never thought this would escalate to the point it did at her wedding. Emily's fiancé, Mark, 33M, and I got along well. They asked me to be a bridesmaid, which I was happy to do. In the weeks leading up to the wedding, Emily sent us incredibly detailed instructions about everything. From the shade of lipstick we were allowed to wear to the exact time we had to arrive at the venue. I try to follow the rules, but I'm not someone who can be perfect at all times, and some of the demands just felt unreasonable. The main problem happened during the reception. Emily had arranged for a professional photographer and a videographer, and there was a specific timeline for everything. The cake cutting, speeches, first dance, you name it. During the reception, Mark's cousin, who I barely knew, got very drunk and started causing a scene. He was yelling, stumbling around, and nearly knocked over the cake table. I pulled him aside to calm him down and took him outside to get some fresh air. While I was outside with him, I missed the cake cutting moment, which was supposedly one of Emily's most important parts of the night. When I came back, Emily was furious. She said I had been disrespectful by not being there for the special moment and accused me of embarrassing her in front of all her guests. I apologized for not being there, but I thought I was doing the right thing by preventing a disaster with a cousin. Things got worse later in the night. Emily's maid of honor gave a speech that was supposed to be sweet and heartfelt, but she accidentally included a private joke about Emily's past relationship drama that Emily hates being reminded of. Emily started crying and said that the speech was a disaster and that I should have stopped the maid of honor from saying it. I had no idea about the joke beforehand, and the maid of honor didn't ask me to intervene. The final blow was when the DJ started playing a song that Emily specifically asked him not to play. I went over and told the DJ about the request, but the DJ said the song was a classic crowd pleaser and wanted to keep the energy up. Emily blamed me for not enforcing her wishes, even though she had explicitly told the DJ herself to avoid that song. After the wedding, Emily refused to talk to me. When I reached out, she said I had ruined her perfect day and that my actions showed I didn't care about her or respect her wishes. Our parents and several other family members sided with her, saying I was inconsiderate and had no business controlling or correcting anything during the wedding. I feel hurt because I honestly thought I was helping, especially with the drunk cousin situation. I didn't mean to steal any moments from Emily or disrespect her. I've apologized multiple times, but she won't accept it. She even said she never wants me to be part of any future family events. So, AITA for refusing to apologize again for something I think I didn't do wrong? Should I just swallow my pride to mend things with my sister? Or is everyone else being unfair by blaming me for things out of my control? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps the content grow and motivates me to create even more great videos. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any new uploads. By the way, I'm curious, when do you usually watch my videos? While working, studying, or just relaxing at home? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for your support. AITA for refusing to attend my sister's wedding because of how she treated my husband and me. My sister, Emily, and I have always had a complicated relationship. Growing up, we were close, but once we reached adulthood, a lot of underlying tensions bubbled to the surface. We're very different people. She's always been the golden child in our family, popular, successful, and opinionated, while I'm more reserved and focused on my little family life with my husband, Mark. Mark and I have been together for 10 years, married for 7. He's a wonderful man, supportive and kind, and we have a strong relationship. Emily has never really gotten along with him, mostly because she thinks he's boring and doesn't fit with our family's more outgoing dynamic. At family gatherings, Emily would often make snide remarks or exclude him from conversations. I try to brush it off because I wanted family events to be peaceful. About a year ago, Emily got engaged to her fiancé, Jason, who's also a bit of a showman. Jason's charming, but can be very intense and loud, and he encourages Emily's more aggressive side. Once their engagement became public, Emily started being more controlling and critical of everything Mark and I did, especially about attending their wedding. Here's where things started to really go south. Emily invited us to her wedding and reception, but from a moment we RSVP'd, yes, she began making passive-aggressive comments about the kind of gift we should bring. She was extremely vocal about her expectations, and if we didn't meet them, she'd criticize us to other family members. Mark and I decided on a thoughtful but modest gift because we aren't wealthy, and I made the mistake of telling Emily that. She responded by saying she expected more from family, which stung, but again, I tried to let it slide. As the wedding day approached, Emily began escalating her behavior. She posted a message in our family group chat, saying something like, "Hope everyone is dressing and behaving appropriately at the wedding. We're spending a lot, and we expect things to be perfect." It felt like a threat rather than a request. Mark and I shrugged it off, thinking she was just stressed. On the day of the rehearsal dinner, things got really bad. Emily's mother, Linda, was giving Mark and me the cold shoulder, but that was typical. However, Emily herself came up to Mark and loudly asked why he didn't bring a better gift, implying he was cheap and didn't care about the family. When I stepped in to defend him, she snapped at me and said, "Don't pretend you're better than me just because you married him." It was humiliating. The final straw happened at the rehearsal dinner when Jason openly made a joke about Mark's job and how he couldn't possibly understand Emily's lifestyle. No one laughed. Mark tried to ignore it, but I saw the hurt on his face. I confronted Emily afterward, saying that if this was how her wedding week was going to be, we needed to rethink attending. Emily's response was icy. She said, "If you don't come, you're proving you're not really family. Mark's attitude is embarrassing, and I don't want that at my wedding." So, the next day, Mark and I decided not to attend. We sent a polite but firm message explaining why, expressing that we wanted to support Emily but felt disrespected and unwelcome. Emily went ballistic. She accused me of trying to ruin her special day and being selfish. Our parents are divided. My dad says I should have gone to keep the peace, but my mom understands why I felt pushed away. Now, the entire extended family is split. Some say I'm overreacting and ruining Emily's big moment, while others say Emily was being unreasonable and hurtful. I've been blocked by Emily and Jason on social media, and I'm devastated because I never wanted to cause such a rift. AITA for refusing to attend my sister's wedding because of how she treated my husband and me. AITA for refusing to pay for my sister's wedding because she excluded me from the planning and then got mad when I didn't want to be involved. I, 29F, come from a pretty tight-knit family, or at least I thought we were. I have a younger sister, Emma, 26F, and we grew up sharing everything. Our parents always emphasized family unity, and even as adults, we usually did things together. However, things have gotten complicated recently with Emma's wedding, and now the whole family is caught in the middle. To give you some background, Emma got engaged about 8 months ago to her fiancé, Mark. They met at work and got serious quickly. When she told me, I was genuinely happy for her, and I expected to be involved in the wedding planning, especially since we used to share so much and I was her maid of honor in several friend weddings. But that's where the problem started. From day one, Emma made it clear she wanted the wedding to be small and private, which is totally fine. However, she also excluded me completely from the planning. She didn't ask me for any input about dates, venues, or even a guest list. I found out most of the details through our parents or mutual friends. When I asked her directly if she wanted me to be involved, she brushed me off, saying she was handling everything herself and wanted it to be stress-free. I assumed this meant she was too overwhelmed, so I tried to give her space. Fast forward to about 2 months before the wedding. The family gathered for a dinner, and Emma announced that the wedding would be paid for by her and Mark, but because the budget was tight, she expected the parents to help with some costs. The total came to about $15,000, and the parents agreed to chip in around $8,000. Then she said she wanted me to cover the remaining $7,000. I was floored. I asked why she expected me to pay anything since I hadn't been involved in the planning or consulted about any of the decisions. She said it was because I was family and that it was only fair I contribute. She also reminded me that I had the time and money because I'm working a stable job while she and Mark were just starting out and saving for a house. I told her that I wasn't comfortable paying that much for a wedding I hadn't been part of. I pointed out that if she wanted me involved financially, she should have included me in the planning process. Emma got really upset, accusing me of being selfish and not supporting her. She said, "I've been trying to keep you out of the stress, but you could at least show some gratitude." I tried explaining that it wasn't about gratitude. It was about fairness and respect. I felt shut out and hurt that she didn't want me involved in something so important. Plus, $7,000 is a huge amount for me. I'm single and living on my own, saving for grad school, and just can't justify spending that kind of money on a wedding I didn't help plan or even get invited to participate in meaningfully. The situation escalated from there. Our parents got involved and told me I should pay to avoid causing family drama. Emma stopped talking to me altogether and has been posting cryptic things on social media about family betrayal and not everyone deserves a seat at the table. Our family gatherings have become tense, with everyone pressuring me to do the right thing and keep the peace. I reached out to a few close friends for advice, and some say I'm being unreasonable because it's my sister's big day and I should support her no matter what. Others say Emma is being unfair by expecting a huge contribution without involving me and by guilt-tripping me. I don't want to cause a rift with my family, but I also feel like I'm being taken advantage of. I'm considering not attending the wedding if this isn't resolved, which might make things worse. So, Reddit, am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my sister's wedding after being excluded from the planning and treated like an ATM? Or is Emma justified in expecting me to contribute financially because I'm family? Thanks for reading.